Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So engineering graphics, myself Vishwas Palve, assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering. So before going to the syllabus, let us see what exactly is the teaching scheme and credit assigned to this subject. So on screen you can see that for this subject the course code is FEC 204 and it has two parts. One is the theory part. So theory will be there along with that it will be having a practical sessions. So how is the distribution of marks and what will be the duration of teaching hours? So for theory, first we'll discuss the theory part, in which 2 hours theory will be there, uh, allotted per week. Contact hours, credit assigned to this subject is for theory 2. Okay, and there is no tutorial. Practical is there but it is under another head. And the internal test 15 marks I1, 15 marks I2. Average will be considered for your result purpose. Then end semester exam will be having 60 marks weightage. Duration for exam will be 3 hours. And please note, take care of that, this exam won't be MCQs. Okay, this is the one only exam where you don't have the MCQs. You have to draw it and then you have to submit your PDF. Okay, so no MCQs in this subject. So total weightage for this is 75 marks, because last year also there was a COVID situation and we have conducted the exam, but that exam was which was having no MCQs. You have to write it on a plain paper and then you have to upload it. Okay, so even in I1 and I2 there won't be any MCQs. So for that purpose you have to study it thoroughly. This was regarding the theory course. Then it has a practical which is having a different course code, that is FECL 203. So what was the course code for theory? It is FEC course 204 and the practical session is having lab FEL 203. Engineering graphics practical, weekly 4 hours practical will be there. So in which there is a bifurcation. 2 hours will be conventional drawing. So now currently we are in conventional lab practicals, but this was the first session, so we cannot directly conduct the practicals. So that's why I have converted this practical session into lectures so that we can spend 2 hours, we can study few topics and then we can conduct practical sessions in that. So 2 hours will be on conventional drawing, okay, and 2 hours it will be having AutoCAD. So you have to install AutoCAD, you have to submit the submissions, AutoCAD submission, and there will be exam on that. Okay, so this is regarding the contact hours. Again, the credit assigned to it is two credits. So total credit for the subject is 4. Okay, then what will be the examination for practical? Yes, there is a term work of 25 marks and there is a oral and practical exam. Yes, this is important, oral and practical exam which will be conducted on AutoCAD. This is a practical exam which will be conducted on AutoCAD. But if it is not possible due to COVID situation, if it is not possible, then we can conduct a we will conduct a oral which will be based on AutoCAD. So you should be having thorough knowledge of AutoCAD along with the theory sessions. So this was regarding the theory and practicals. Total weightage, you can see the total credit is 4 and total mark 75 plus 75 is 150. So it is having an equal weightage for practical as well as equal weightage for theory. So that's why per week you are having 2 practical session. One is the AutoCAD, one is the conventional drawing, that is EG, engineering graphics, and 2 theory lectures. So total 6 hours workload is there. Then what is the course objective for theory? So the objective of this course is to impart and inculcate the proper understanding of theory of projections. So what is the theory of projections that we are going to learn in this? To impart the knowledge of reading a drawing. Suppose if a drawing is given to you, then how you are able to read it and how to draw it, for that we are going to learn to improve the visualization skill. So in this, the main aim of the subject is to improve the visualization skill. Suppose if I say that, yes, imagine a circle or imagine a cube, imagine a rhombus. So directly when I say some object, so in your imagination there should be some object available, right? So if I say that there is a bottle, right, a circular bottle is there, water bottle. So again, when I say circular water bottle, there will be some imagination created, some visualization created in your mind that bottle should have a cap, right? It is a circular in, it will be having a length, right? Those features are there. So always it is there. Suppose if I say, imagine a PC, right? A PC or a laptop. Again, the imagination of visualization again created in your mind is that this is the because you have gone through it. So this the aim of the subject is to improve your visualization skills. Then what are the course outcomes for theory? So there are total four course outcomes. So this is based on our syllabus. Apply the basic principles of projection in projection of lines and planes. Then apply the basic principle of projections in projection of solids and section of solids. So this is again, these are the topics which we are going to learn, that is lines, planes, solids, section of solids. These are the topic. Then apply the basic principle of projection in 2D. 2D. What is 2D? Two dimensional. Two dimensional means, suppose if I have an object, right? If I draw a rectangle, rectangle have only two dimension, that is length and width, right? But suppose if I draw a cube, then how many dimensions it will have? Length, width, and there will be depth, right? So whenever there is a three dimension, so this is the three-dimensional figure, and this is two-dimensional figure whenever it is having two dimensions. So apply the basic principles of projection in converting 2D or 3D views to 2D drawing. So it is a conversion of 2D into 3D, and 3D into 2D, vice versa. Both is applicable. So we are going to draw if the 3D drawing is given, we are going to convert it into 2D and vice versa. So visualize an object from given two views. Again, this two views will be given, 2D to 3D. This is the conversion of 2D to 3D. Okay, and here it is 3D to 2D. So this is the conversion part. Then regarding the practical session, to impart and inculcate the proper understanding of theory of projection, impart the knowledge of reading of drawings, and improve the visualization skills, same year. Then course outcomes. What are the course outcomes for practical? So in that, apply the basic principle of lines and planes and curves. Okay. Then projection of solids and section of solids will be there. Apply the basics. So here in practical session, two part is given for the theory, and CO3 and CO4 are dealing with the AutoCAD skills. To improve the skill, apply the basic AutoCAD skills to draw different views in 3D object, and apply basic skills of AutoCAD to draw an isometric view of a given object. So both the part we are going to cover, that is the isometric as well as the orthographic drawing. So let us move to syllabus. Just have overview of the syllabus. So same thing which we have seen. Is my screen visible? The syllabus part is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is the university syllabus which has been given by Mumbai University for the subject engineering graphics. So these are the objectives which already we have discussed, and this was the course outcome. Yes, it has been divided into modules. So you can see that the module and the duration, how much duration is given for that particular chapter. So the first is introduction to engineering graphics, the principle of engineering graphics and their significance, uses of drawing instrument, type of lines, dimensioning system as per IS convention, introduction to plane and diagonal scales, what are the various types of scales are there. Then next is the engineering curves, the basic construction of cycloid, involute, helix, and that is helix also, it is limited to cylinder only. So this part we have to cover in 2 hours. Then next is the module 2, which will be on projection of points and projection of lines including both the reference plane, and it will be simple objects. Okay. Then next is the projection of planes, triangular. So wherever the symbol is there, @ symbol is there in your syllabus. So this part is only there for term test. Sorry, for term work. Question won't be there for term test as well as end semester exam. Okay. So we have to teach this sub part, that is projection of planes, but it won't be there in examination. So it is clearly mentioned in the syllabus that this part will not there in your end semester exam as well as in the term test. Then projection of solids, yes, it will be limited to. So in bracket, whatever written in the bracket is the only limitation of that particular problem. Means problem will be based on prism, pyramid, cylinder, cone. Okay, these are the only solids which we have to ask. Then projection of solids with an axis inclined to HP and VP. So clearly mentioned here, exclude the objects such as spheres and composite hollow frustum of solids. Okay, so this part we have to use, and use the method. Which method you can draw for projection of solids? You can use change of position method or auxiliary plane method. Any one method you can draw. Then next is the section of solids. Suppose if I cut an object, right? If I have a pyramid with me or a prism with me, and if I cut it, what will be the top view of that object? What will be the front view of that object? That we are going to visualize, because now if we go on spending the time on here discussing the section of solid, it won't serve our purpose. Okay, just we'll go through the syllabus part, and whenever that topic starts, That time I'll explain you how to visualize the object, that is front view, top view of pyramid, cylinder, that we are going to visualize. Same time, you can see that the fifth and sixth module deals with the missing views and orthographic and sectional orthography. Yes, this part, the fifth module, the orthographic and sectional orthographic part, the fundamentals of orthographic projection, different views of simple machine parts as per first angle projection method recommended by IS, Indian standard. So international standard, sorry, and full and half sectional view of a simple machine part. So this part is there in the practical. So here you can see that the asterisk mark is there. So wherever there is an asterisk mark means this problem we need to discuss more in the practical session. We need to discuss those topics in practical session. Again, there is asterisk mark here and at the rate. So what is that at the rate? The question will not be asked in any examination. So you have to take care whenever there is a, so module 6 is not there for any examination, but we have to teach that part. Okay, so whichever part is not there in examination, we'll keep it aside. We'll concentrate on first whichever part we have to deal with. Okay, and then whenever there is an asterisk mark means what is that? More problems should be discussed during the practical hours to strengthen the concept. So what I will do, this module 5 and module 7 will start in the practical sessions. Okay, because 4 hours practicals are there. So simultaneously we are going to start two or three topics, so that in theory lectures we are going to deal with the module 1, 2, 3. Okay, and in practical sessions we have to start orthographic and sectional orthographic projections. So what about the assessment? How will be the assessment? We have already discussed that it will be having 2 class tests of 15 marks each. Okay. Among those 2 tests, one will be the conventional, that is manual drawing, and second will be a CAD software, so AutoCAD software. So one will be on conventional drawing, second will be on AutoCAD software. So you have to complete both the term test, and average will be considered. So again, the end semester paper pattern. So this is the conventional pattern, because now as per the change in the syllabus or change in the teaching scheme, this end semester pattern may or may not be remain same, because it may change as per the completion of syllabus. Yes, the reference book, if you want to purchase the reference book, you can purchase NH Dubey. Okay, these are few books available, and if it is not available in market, what I'll do, I have a PDF copy of that book. I will attach in the classroom itself. So no need to worry about the reference book. I will provide the notes. Then let us see the practical part. Yes, now in the practical sessions, you can see that that was the syllabus which we have discussed. Now this is the practical session. So in that practical session, it has been divided into 3 components. You can see component 1, component 2. Okay, so total 2 components are there. So in that we have to discuss. So total 3 components are there. 1, 2, and 3. 3 components will be there, and based on that, the examination, practical exam will be there. So this is the component number 3. So what is there? How we are going to conduct the practical sessions, and what is the requirement for this engineering graphics? Okay, so these are the sheets which we have to complete in our practical session. So one practice sheet on projection of solids, minimum 2 problems you have to solve. Term worksheet 1, projection of solid 3 problems. So these are the assignments which we have to complete, and number of problems. So you can see, so assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 assignments in component 1. Okay. So the time duration is also given. Next is the term sheet to be done in the laboratory only and to be submitted as a part of a term work. The practice sheet to be starting the term start, once you have to complete it. Then second component is the self-study problem. Okay, assignment which you have to do it for homework. So A3 sketchbook you have to purchase. So I will tell you which instrument you have to purchase for this engineering graphics. So in that there will be 3 A3 size sketchbooks will be there. So engineering curves, 2 problem, in projection of science. So again there will be total 8 assignments. So how many assignments are there? So total 8 drawing sheets, right? 8 assignments, and then there will be in projection of solid. So computer graphics. So graphics part which we are going to cover in our AutoCAD lab. So what are those? Overview of computer graphics, covering what are the various commands in the AutoCAD, the menu toolbar, standard object property, draw, modify dimensions, customize and the drawing customization, annotation, lettering. These are the topics which we have to cover, and then activity to be completed in the CAD laboratory. So what are those activities which we have to cover in the CAD laboratory? So after completing this, we have to take a printouts, all printouts to be part of a term work. So preferably use A3 size sheets for a printout. So this again one, two, three, four drawing sheets which we have to print. So total for submission, what need to be submitted? It will be having minimum 5, maximum 8. Okay, maximum 8 drawing sheets, and then sketchbook. Okay, which includes 8 assignments, and it will be having 4 printouts. So this is the minimum part which we have to submit for term work. Okay. Okay, given practice sheet problem before going to term sheet problem, students are supposed to bring complete solution of problem before coming to CAD practical. So that are few tips. Then regarding the term work part, how the term work distribution is given. So whenever you submit component 1, that is drawing sheet, so 7 marks are allotted to it. Then component 2, assignment book, 6 marks are allotted to you. Then component 3, 7 marks are allotted to it. Okay, AutoCAD sheets, and attendance 5 marks. So this is the detailed 25 marks term work. So submission of all 3 components is mandatory to fulfill the term. So the question arises in your mind. So in this pandemic situation, where you are going to get the drawing sheets, right? There will be a difficulty in getting the drawing sheet, sketchbook. So a few difficulty will be there. So what we can do, we'll make a common practice. This A3 size printout you don't have to submit. In that place, just you have to prepare a drawing and make a PDF. Okay, and that PDF you have to send it to us. I will take a printout of that. So this part will do it for you. Taking the printouts, we will do it for you. If it is normal condition, then you have to take a printout. But if it is not a normal condition, then you don't have to take a printout, because the earlier practice was whenever you visit a college, in last previous batches what we have done, we have a A3 printer in our college. So regular practice is that we allow students to use the lab, and at the end of the session, means suppose you have completed the drawing, at the end of that particular session you take the printout and we preserve it. Okay, so that is the regular practice. So now as we are not using the college lab, so printer we can use. You send it the PDF files to me, I will take a printout of it. Then regarding this is sheet, drawing sheets. Okay, so use half imperial drawing sheet. It is saying that use half imperial drawing sheet, but it is not possible to use half imperial drawing sheet. Okay, so in that place we are going to replace this with A3 size sketchbook. Okay, so the yes, A3 size sketchbook you have to purchase. That is the minimum requirement, because we require a blank sheet. So make an arrangement, or you wait for 2-3 days. After 15th, let us see if the stationery shops open, then you can purchase the A3 size sketchbook. Okay, we require 3 A3 size sketchbook. I will tell you what are the requirements for this lecture. Then coming back to term work, 25 marks term work, and in this distribution of marks is clearly mentioned in it: component 1, component 2, and component 3. Okay, then next is the end semester practical exam. Okay, end semester practical exam, it will be having 2 hours duration, 50 marks exam, isometric 1 problem, and 1 problem on orthographic projection. So clearly it has been mentioned that it will be based on AutoCAD, and there will be 2 problems. One will be AutoCAD problem, and sorry, isometric problem, and second will be the orthographic problem. Okay, so anytime you can refer the syllabus. Then printout of answer has to be taken, preferably A3 size sheet, and should be assessed by external examiner only. So obviously there will be external examiner for 50 marks practical exam. So the examiner will evaluate you and then he'll give the marks. The knowledge of AutoCAD software. Hello, am I audible there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, we were discussing about the end semester exam, 2 hours duration, 2 hours practical, 50 marks duration. Okay, isometric 20 marks, orthographic projection 30 marks. So this is the duration, and the knowledge of AutoCAD software, concept of engineering graphics related to specific problems, and accuracy of drawing will be considered during the evaluation. Again, the reference book ND Bhatt you can purchase, ND Bhatt and VM Panchal machine drawing. So for that, NH Dubey, engineering graphics or engineering drawing by NH Dubey, Nandu Prakashan. This book you can prefer. So I will upload the soft copy in Classroom. I have the soft copy with me, but it is not a clear copy. It is just a scan copy. Okay. So let it be about the that part. Now let us come back to our lecture. So what is the we have discussed the syllabus part. Now instrument, which instrument we require? So in that we require three sketchbooks. Okay. So in which we require three sketchbook, one for classwork. So whatever, because for every subject we prepare one notebook, right? So in this particular subject we don't have to prepare a notebook, but we have to use A3 size sketchbook. Okay, one classwork, one for classwork, where we are going to redraw whatever thing we are going to teach in the class, that you have to redraw it. Okay, so this is for classwork. Then one assignment book. Next is for assignment book. Okay, and one for this will be for the sheet. So term work submission. Okay, for term work this will be there. So there we have to purchase three sketchbook, a roller scale. Okay, if you go to market, you can purchase the roller scale. Then next is the protractor. They require a protractor, mechanical pencil or pen pencil. Okay, a normal pencil will, which has a zero point 0.5 lead. So preferably you have to use pen pencil. Then whenever you purchase a pen pencil, in that there will be 2H and 3H leads available. So in general stationery shop, if you go and purchase the lead, it will be written HB on it. Okay, it will be written HB on that lead. So what is the specialty of that lead? So suppose this is the HB leads. Okay, so B side and H side. Okay, so this will be soft and you can draw a dark line, and this will be hard, you can draw faint lines and it will not spoil the drawing. So for drawing, and if you don't get it, then get the HB leads, it will work. Okay, now in this pandemic situation you won't get 2H leads, right? So better you can purchase two pen pencils with HB leads. That's it, that's enough. Then pro circle is to draw mini circle. If it is available, then you can purchase it or you can skip this part. Yes, we require this compass. Compass we require a rounder, right? To draw circles, we require this compass. So this is must. So which are the must which we have to purchase? That is sketchbook, okay, a roller scale, protractor, pen pencil, okay. Then compass we need to purchase. This we can skip. Yes, the eraser we require and French curve we require. Okay, even the French curve, if it is not available, then we can draw this curve with hand. Okay, so we can skip this part, French curve. If it is available, then you can purchase. But if it is not available, then don't struggle for getting the French curve. If it is not available, leave it. Then drawing skip clip, yes, we are not going to purchase it now because now we are not using the mini drafter. So that's why drawing clips we are not going to use. So already you must have eraser is there with you, right? A protractor white must be there. A rounder will be there with you, right? These three things are there with you. You have to purchase a roller scale and a sketchbook and pen pencil. Oh, pen pencil is also there with you, I guess. So roller scale and sketchbook, these two things you have to purchase. Is that clear? Any difficulty in drawing instruments? Yes, any difficulty in drawing instrument?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Wait, let me take the attendance. Okay, fine. So let us start with our first topic. This was regarding the instrument required for completing the subject. So types of lines. So what are the various types of lines which we are going to use? So in that, the first type of line is the thick line. So where we can use the thick line, just you have to keep this in mind. There's various types of line which we are going to use and the application of that line. Outline of an object, we are going to use a thick line. Then visible line, visible edges, surface, boundaries of an object, margin, etc. Right? Then would see the difference. Thick line and continuous thin line. Thin line means it will be very faint. Okay, and thick line will be slightly dark. So that should be the difference in both the lines. So thin line, dimension line, extension line, then section line, leader line, pointer line. So what happens? Suppose if we are drawing on a same paper, right, plain paper, and we have to show some different lines, right, object. So suppose if I want to show an object, then there should be some bifurcation of line, use of that line. So for whenever we are using for projection lines, right, a projection or extension line, then we use a thin line. Then continuously wavy line, short break or irregular boundaries, which we are going to show. Then invisible line. So where we can show dash line. So that is our object is not visible, right? Suppose if I want to show invisible object, so in that case I will use this dash line. Then there is a center of a circle. If I want to show a center of a circle, then in this case a short dash, a dot, a short dash, a dot, right? That is the specification of a center line. So this is used whenever there you have to draw represent a center line. And this is the section line. This is called as a section line. So in that which we can draw arrows and we can show sections. So these are the types of line which we use mostly, that is thick line, continuous line. These are the important lines which we use. The thick line, continuous line, then we use short dash line, okay, and center line, short dash line, and section line. These lines we majorly use. So let us start with the first topic for today's lecture, that is engineering curves. So total weightage for this particular topic is 6 marks, okay, and this is from our first module. So from here we are going to start our engineering graphics syllabus, okay. That the earlier was the just introduction to the subject, and if you have any difficulty we can discuss that and then we can go to the topic. If you have any difficulty you can post it in the chat box. Yes, any difficulties? Do you have any difficulty in a syllabus, marking scheme, or any instrument? If you don't get the instrument, then what you have to do? Is there anything like that? Yes, regarding the practical session, we'll discuss whenever we'll start the practicals. That time we'll discuss how to install the AutoCAD, from where if you don't have PC, then what exactly we are going to do. Those things we are going to discuss during the practical sessions. Okay? Yes. Roll number 41, Amruta Pujari.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, your mic is unmuted. So, is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So, let us start with engineering curves. Okay. And from next lecture onwards, you should have, or I will give you some time for purchasing the sketchbook. Okay. So next Monday onwards, I require a sketchbook with you. So there is enough time with you. So you can arrange the sketchbook. Okay. If it is available, you can get it from a local shop. If it is not available, just inform me what we have to do. Or if you have a blank sheets now, presently you can note down it in a blank paper or something, and then you can draw it whenever you get time. You can redraw this object. Okay. I will again share this recording with you so that you can view whenever required. Okay. Engineering curves. So in that, there are three types of curves which we are going to discuss, that is cycloid, involute, and helix. These are the three curves which we are going to discuss. It is a locus of a point. Now, what is a cycloid? Cycloid is a locus of a point on a periphery of a circle which rolls on a straight line path. So if I want to draw a cycloid, so what exactly is the cycloid? Suppose a circular wheel we take, consider a circular wheel, okay, and it is going to roll on a flat surface. And on that wheel, there is a point P. On that, there is a point P. So what will be the nature of this point P? It will roll somewhere like this, and again it will move. So this path it has to follow. Now suppose if that point A, if we consider a point A, if we consider a point A, right? If I consider point A, and suppose if it is rolling in clockwise direction for one complete revolution, then what will be the nature of the curve? So in that, the nature of the curve will be somewhat like this. So this we have to trace. So this type of curve is called as cycloid. Okay. The next is the involute. So involute, it is a locus of a free end of a string when it is wounded around a circular pole. So consider a circular pole, and if I have a string with me, right, a length string is there, and if I start rolling that along a circle, so how it will roll? So that we have to show, that is the involute. It is a locus of a free end of a string when it is wound around a circular pole. Then what will be the nature of the other end of that string, that we have to show. And next is the helix. Helix is a curve generated by a point which moves around the surface of a straight circular cylinder or a cone with uniform angular velocity along the axis and with a uniform linear velocity along the direction of axis. So these are the three types which we are going to learn in engineering curves. So let us start with first problem, how to draw an involute. So this is very important. We are going to start with the involute. So we can draw involute of a rectangle, we can draw involute of a triangle, we can draw involute of a circle, right? Any shape involute we can draw. So the question says that draw involute of an equilateral triangle of 35 millimeter side. So what is the procedure? First, one by one we'll discuss how we are going to draw an involute for an equilateral triangle, and side is given as 35 centimeter. Sorry, 35 millimeter side. So first step is to draw an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle, what will be the procedure? Yes, anyone has a difficulty of drawing an equilateral triangle, we can easily draw an equilateral triangle, right? So for drawing an equilateral triangle, first draw the horizontal line of 35 millimeter. In compass, take 35 millimeter, right? With first end point, draw an arc, and with the other end point, draw an arc of 35 millimeter. Then you will get an intersection point, connect it. So you can draw an equilateral triangle of 35 millimeter. Any difficulty in drawing an equilateral triangle? I hope everyone can draw an equilateral triangle of side 35 millimeter. Okay. So next
Yes,
step,
sir.
next step is, okay, the next step is to draw from one of its end. You have to draw a line whose length is equal to perimeter. So this length will be equal to the perimeter of that equilateral triangle. So how much is the perimeter? 3 into sides?
35
105.
into 3.
Yes, 35 into 3. So whatever length is that, that length we have to draw it here. Then next is we have to divide this line 35 into 3 into 3 equal parts, right? So we have to divide it into 3 equal parts. So what we can do, if this line is of 3 equal parts, we can divide 35, 35, 35. Then next is the other edge. The other remaining edge, you have to extend it. Extend the other edge, okay, and this length you can extend it up to certain length. No need to measure that length, just you have to extend that edges, okay. So what we have done, we have extended all the three edges. The first edge we have extended by 3 into 35. Second, we can extend it by 2 into 35. So this length, if you want exact length, then this will be 2 into 35, and this length, if I want exact length, then this will be 1 into 35, okay. This is the procedure. So we can extend this. The next procedure is we have to draw curve. So how we are going to draw the curve? So for drawing a curvature, take 35 millimeter in compass. Okay, starting from this point, take 35 millimeter in compass and draw an curvature. Select this point as the center. So I will name this point as A, B, C. Okay, A to C in compass, take 35 millimeter, selecting point A as a center and draw an arc up to this line. So it will be up to 35 millimeter, right? So this is my first step. Then second, take 2 into 35 in the compass, right? Dimension which we are going to consider as 2 into 35. So you can don't no need to measure the dimension. Already here we have listed the dimension. So you can take the dimension up to this point. Okay. So this is 2 into 35 you can take, and again draw and curve. You can draw and curve up to this line. Okay, 2 into 35. So this is the second curve, and the third curvature we have to draw, it is 3 into 35. So take the dimension 3 into 35 in the compass and draw it. So this will be the nature of the curve. So this is called as involute for triangle.
Sir, please repeat once again where to keep the rounder. Where
Yes,
to keep
yes.
the rounder point.
So for first 35 curvature, you have to keep it at A. Okay, taking radius as 35 millimeter, draw the curvature. A will be the center of rounder. Then for this second curve, 2 into 35, B will be the center of curvature, and dimension in the compass will be 2 into 35, that is 70 millimeter. Starting from this point, okay, this point you have to start, and it will be ending at here. This point it will start and it will end at here. So, and B point will be the center of curvature. Then next, for third curve, 3 into 35, C will be the center. C will be center starting from this point and it will be ending at here. So you have to draw 3 curvatures with 3 different dimensions. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is
सर ये कर्व राउंडर से ड्रॉ करना है.
राउंड से ड्रॉ करना है. कंपास बोलते हैं इसको.
सर ये जो ऑरेंज कलर की जो लाइंस है 2 into 35, 3 into 35, सर ये हम कहीं पर भी बना सकते हैं ना, मतलब पर्टिकुलर उसके लिए पोजीशन नहीं है ना कि वही बनना चाहिए.
हाँ वही है ना, पोजीशन है ना. ये देखो ये लाइन BC है ना, BC इसको एक्सटेंड करो पैरेलल. AB है, इसको एक्सटेंड करो पैरेलल. अब ये लाइन हम लोग ने कैसे ड्रॉ किया? एग्जैक्टली पैरेलल टू AC. जो हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन ड्रॉ किया वो क्या किया हम लोग ने? AC को पैरेलली ड्रॉ किया, राइट? 3 into 35. अभी 2 into 35 का लाइन कैसे ड्रॉ करना है? BC को पैरेलल, मतलब BC को एक्सटेंड करना है. We have to extend that line BC. Then 1 into 35 we have to extend AB. So we cannot draw with any angle. It has to be in line with this, right? It has to pass through BC.
I got, but that second one. So जिसे हमें कर्व करना है जहाँ से,
ये कर्व करना है यहाँ से.
तो जो ऑरेंज कलर की जो लाइंस है ना,
ये डायमेंशंस है. ये डायमेंशन, ये तुमको ड्रॉ ही नहीं करना है. ये सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए दिया है. ये जो है ना, ये सिर्फ तुम्हारे अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए. ये तुमको ड्रॉ नहीं करना है. यू डोंट हैव टू शो व्हाट विच यू हैव टू शो ओनली दिस लाइन. ब्लैक कलर का जो है वो सिर्फ दिखाना है तुमको, बाकी कोई कुछ दिखाना नहीं है. इवन यू डोंट हैव टू शो दिस 3 into 35. ये भी दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये भी लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, this you have to show 3 into 35, or you can write in this place directly P. That's it. No need to write this. Okay, ये लिखने की भी जरूरत नहीं. पेरीमीटर लिख दिया और ये 35 शो करना है बस. So understood है कि ये पेरीमीटर कितना होगा उसका, जो भी वो आएगा वहां पे. ठीक है? Yes, any other difficulty?
सर.
हाँ बोलो.
सर अगर हम लोग एक ही इधर से 3 into 35 ले लिए तो रॉन्ग हो जाएगा क्या?
किधर से?
एक ही इधर से.
हाँ देखो कैसे होता है. इमेजिन करो कि अपने पास एक रस्सी है, ठीक है? ये एक्चुअल में ड्रॉ कैसे करते हैं बताता हूँ. क्यों किया ये, ऐसे क्यों ड्रॉ होता है? इमेजिन करो अपने पास एक रस्सी है और रस्सी का लेंथ कितना है? 3 into 35. ओके, 105 का अपने पास रस्सी है. रस्सी को क्या करना है? यहाँ पे फिक्स करना है, C पे फिक्स करना है वो रस्सी को. एक एंड ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग यू हैव टू टाई इट एट C. अदर एंड को क्या करना है? यहाँ पे वो रस्सी को एक पेन अटैच करो. अटैच अ पेन. एक एंड पे पेन अटैच करो, राइट? अभी क्या करना है? वो रस्सी, ये स्ट्रिंग है, ये स्ट्रिंग को ये ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर टाई करना है। तो क्या करोगे टाई करने के लिए, इसको ऐसे घुमाने चालू करोगे, ऐसे ऐसे ऐसे। तो जब यहाँ पे आएगा तो वो ये जो स्ट्रिंग है इसको बीसी को पैरेलल हो जाएगा, राइट। यहां से उसका डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाएगा बी पॉइंट से। सो ऐसे फिर से उसको टाई करते जाओ। तो ये क्या होता है, वो पेन का जो एंड है, यहाँ पे जो पेन है रस्सी को बांधा हुआ, वो कर्व ड्रॉ करेगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इनवॉल्यूट। ओके, it is somewhat like that when we are trying to wound a string around the object, right, tying a pen on one end, the nature of the curve shown by that pen will is called as involute. तो हम लोग को वो nature of curve मिलता है। okay, so this is the procedure to draw an involute. Any difficulty in this?
सर इस डायग्राम को उल्टा बनाए फिर भी बनेगा क्या? मतलब सी से पहले अपन 3 into 35 लेके
yes, actually you can start with the C. यहाँ पे अगर मुझे सी से स्टार्ट करना है तो क्या करना है, देखो इसका और एक प्रोसीजर है। डायरेक्टली कंपास में यहाँ से यहाँ तक का डायमेंशन ले लो, ओके, कर्वेचर ड्रॉ करो। यहाँ पे जो एक्सटेंडेड लाइन है वहां पे एंड होगा, वहां तक वो फर्स्ट हो गया, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट क्या करना है, यहाँ पे 3 पार्ट में हम लोग ने डिवाइड कर ही दिया ऑलरेडी, राइट। सो कंपास में क्या करो, यहां से यहां तक का डिस्टेंस लो, दिस वी कैन से 1 2 और 3, राइट। टेक C to 2 इन कंपास, यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली कंपास रख के हम लोग डिस्टेंस ले सकते हो। और सेंटर B लो, B से ये पॉइंट पे कर्वेचर ड्रॉ करने चालू करो, ओके, यहां तक आएगा। एंड नेक्स्ट C to 1 कंपास में लो, A एज अ सेंटर रखो, यहां से चालू करो, एंड करो। यू कैन स्टार्ट इट फ्रॉम दिस साइड और यू कैन स्टार्ट इट फ्रॉम द अदर साइड, बोथ आर दी सेम। इज दैट क्लियर?
ओके सर, यस सर।
साइड नहीं है तब तक हम कोई भी साइड से बना सकते हैं ना।
हाँ, और ये ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसे ये ट्रायंगल यही पोजीशन पे ड्रॉ करना है, कभी भी इनवॉल्यूट के लिए कोई अलग पोजीशन पे ड्रॉ नहीं करना, क्योंकि डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा। अगर ऐसे ड्रॉ किया तो डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, क्योंकि ये पहला लाइन ऐसे इंक्लाइन चला जाएगा ना, सो इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट। तो ये फर्स्ट हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन ही रखना है उसका बेस। ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द ड्रॉ एन इनवॉल्यूट ऑफ अ स्क्वायर।
Sir, we have to draw this diagrams with pen pencil or with normal pencils.
Preferably you use pen pencil, because what happens whenever you are using a normal pencil, in that you continuously have to use a sharpener, because the edge, that point of a pencil gets blunt, right, after 1 or 2 use. Whereas in case of pen pencil, what happens, it will always draw a line of same thickness, 0.5 mm thickness. Whereas in case of a pencil, normal pencil, वो लाइन का क्या होगा, इनिशियली वो 0.5 mm का लाइन ड्रॉ करेगा। जैसे अभी देखो यहाँ पे मैंने स्टार्ट किया, यहाँ पे वो बराबर थिक, लेकिन उसके बाद वो डार्क लाइन ड्रॉ करने चालू करता है, क्योंकि उसका क्या होता है, वो पॉइंट है वो उसका शार्पनेस निकल जाता है, राइट। तो उसकी वजह से उस लाइन की थिकनेस में चेंज हो सकता है। सो प्रेफरेबली यू कैन यूज पेन पेंसिल इफ इट इज अवेलेबल, एंड इफ इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल, इट इज नॉट अ कंपल्शन, यू कैन यूज अ नॉर्मल पेंसिल। बट अगर कॉलेज में रहते तो मैं पेन पेंसिल यूज करने ही बोलता, और फिर कॉलेज में अगर तुम लोग ड्राइंग करने रहते तो मुझे HB और H लीड ही लगता। ओके, एंड इन दैट केस वी हैव टू रीड्रॉ विद मिनी ड्राफ्टर। वो बहुत सारी चीजें जो अभी हम लोग नहीं कर सकते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन, बट otherwise you have to follow lot of instructions for this engineering graphics. Okay, so the important thing now at present, you have to learn how to draw this curve. That is the important thing, and you try to maintain your line work, because the marks are allotted for the line work. Okay, keep in mind that the marks are always allotted for line work. इसमें तुम ड्रॉ कैसे करते हो वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, along with that how accurately you draw it, right? अगर ड्राइंग में गंदगी कर दोगे, so it will be again, it will spoil the drawing. So what I'll do, जैसे जैसे एक ड्राइंग कंप्लीट होता है, I'll show few drawings, अच्छे ड्राइंग। मैं अगर कॉलेज विजिट किया तो मेरे पास थोड़े से ड्राइंग्स है कॉलेज में, तो वहां से मैं कॉलेज कुछ फोटोज आपको शेयर करूंगा ड्राइंग्स के, कैसे होता है, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन लाइंस, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन ऑब्जेक्ट लाइन और प्रोजेक्शन लाइंस, ये क्या होता है। अभी ये पर्टिकुलर डायग्राम में अगर मुझे टाइप्स ऑफ लाइन ड्रॉ करना है, राइट, सो इसमें ये जो है ये थिक लाइन होता है, राइट। थिक मतलब डायरेक्ट डार्क, एकदम डार्क नहीं ड्रॉ करना है। दीज आर कॉल्ड एज प्रोजेक्शन लाइंस। इट शुड बी faint lines, right, very faint. So how to draw a faint line? पेंसिल को थोड़ा एंड पे, टिप पे पकड़ो और एक फेंट लाइन, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज फेंट लाइन। ऐसे अगर ड्रॉ करोगे तो फेंट लाइन होगा, और ये मेरा ऑब्जेक्ट लाइन। दिस शुड बी द डिफरेंस। ओके, ऐसे ड्रॉ करते टाइम भी ये डिफरेंस दिखना चाहिए। Is that clear? Then again this line should be faint, right? ये line dimension line कभी भी क्या होता है? Faint होता है. It should be light. फेंट लाइंस रहेगा. थिक सिर्फ ये कर्व थिक रहेगा और ये ऑब्जेक्ट जो हम लोग का बेस ऑब्जेक्ट है वो थिक रहेगा, बाकी सब लाइन फेंट रहेगी. ओके. नेक्स्ट, ड्रॉ इन्वोल्यूट ऑफ अ स्क्वायर of 25 mm side. So here they are saying that draw involute of a square of side 25 mm. What will be the first step in this? What will be the first step in drawing an involute of a square?
Sir,
You have to
we'll
draw.
draw the square
Square
first
or
of
25
25.
Yes, we'll draw a square of 25 mm first. Then after drawing it, what will be the next step? Draw horizontal line.
So
Yes.
into side perimeter.
What will be the yes? What will be the length of that line? It will be 100 millimeter. 4 into. So now next is just extend the edges, other edges. You don't measure it. Okay, don't go and keep on measuring the line. इसको यहाँ से यहाँ तक मेजर करते बैठो मत. क्या करो? एक स्केल लो, यहाँ पे रखो, इसको पैरेलल. So I can name this A, B, C, D. क्या करना है? सिर्फ keep your scale parallel to AB line and draw extended line. इसको सिर्फ डायरेक्टली स्केल पैरेलल रख के ऐसे एक्सटेंड करो. Then draw extended line from B to C. Don't go on measuring. Okay. Okay, यहाँ पे एक प्रॉब्लम है, अनडू होता नहीं और इरेजर मिलता नहीं जल्दी. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to keep your scale parallel to BC and draw a line. Okay, extended line. सिर्फ एक्सटेंड करके छोड़ो, उसका लेंथ कितना है, क्या कितना है वो देखो ही मत. Okay, this is the procedure. Now what will be the next step? अभी इसको क्या करो, 4 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करो. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be my 1. This will be my 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करो. In compass, मतलब राउंडर में, compass is nothing but rounder. Okay, compass, take length which is 8 to 1. Take the small length in the compass. Okay, select B as the center. Selecting point B as the center, what you can do after selecting B as a center, draw a curve from point A. It will be drawn somewhat like this, right? ये हो जाएगा. Then we'll name this point as P1. Okay, then next, take A to 2 in compass. Select point C as the center. Again, listen carefully. Take distance A to 2 in compass. Select point C as the center and draw a curve. So it will start from this point and it will end somewhere on this line. So it is like this. Okay. So what will be the name of this point? It will be P2. C to P2. Then select A to 3 in the compass. Right. Point B as a center and draw a curvature. So it will be drawn somewhat like this. Right. This will be my point P3. Then next, what will be the next step? Select A to 4 in the compass. From point A itself, draw a curvature of radius 100 and you will get point P4. Okay. So this is the naming of a point P1, P2, P3, P4. Okay. So this was the involute for square. Any difficulty in involute for a square?
No, sir.
You can draw it, I guess. If you have an instrument with you, yes, if you have instruments, then you can easily draw involute for a square.
So for P,
Sir, we don't have to write.
Yes, what?
so for P3, we took B as center.
For P3, we took A as a center. P3 to P2, which curve you want? Whether P3 to P4 or P2 to P3?
P3.
P2 to P3, right?
Yes, sir.
Then B as a center.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
सर ब्लू कलर में जो लिखा है वो डायमेंशंस वो नहीं लिखना है ना?
नहीं लिखना है.
अगर सर लिखेंगे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहेगा ना?
क्या हुआ?
अगर सर लिखेंगे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा?
नहीं, प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। क्यों टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो? क्योंकि एग्जाम में टाइम का लिमिटेशन बहुत रहता है।
सर सीबी लाइन एक्सटेंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है।
1 सेकेंड ना। I think I am getting an echo. Others, please keep yourself mute. Everyone, please mute yourself. Sachin Yadav, Pooja. Okay.
Sir, always we have to draw in A3 size paper only during the exam.
For examination, the guidelines are not yet received with us. For practical, for classwork, and for your I1, I2, you have to draw it on A3 size assignment book paper. Okay. So you maintain 3 books with you, same A3 size book. You can get it from the see here, it's available, I think, on Amazon. You can purchase A3 sketchbook.
It will take a lot time to
And in that also, I require this book. I require ये वाला सुंदरम का cartridge. Alright, this book you have to purchase if it is available then. Alright, if you have an option for purchasing the book, you can purchase this because we are going to keep uniformity throughout the class. But if it is not available and you are getting some other book or you have drawing book with you, then you can purchase any other sketchbook. But the size is compulsory for everyone, that is A3 size sketchbook. Is that clear? It should be written there, A3. So preferably you can note down this. It should be Sundar A3 size sketchbook. If it is not available, you can purchase any other sketchbook, but it should be A3 size. It's not compulsory, but if you get, because most of the cases you will get this book only. This is very commonly available book. Okay. So wherever you go to purchase this book, it will be available. And on Amazon, I think it is, if it is available, please check. You can purchase it on online also. If it is not available, go to local stationery shop, you will get it. And even if it is not possible due to pandemic, then what you can do, you have to wait. Don't rush here and there for sketchbook if it is not available. You draw it on a sketch, you note down the procedure whenever you get a sketchbook, and that time you have to complete it. But keep in mind that you have to submit 3 sketchbooks now or there. Okay, because if you are getting it from somewhere, then it's well and good. If you are not getting it, wait for that book. Whenever you get that book, from that day onwards, you have to submit it. Okay. So now today I have informed you. Let's try till next Monday. Okay. Till next Monday, if you get the sketchbook, well and good. If you don't get, then wait for opening the pandemic lockdown. When the lockdown gets open, that time you can purchase the book. Okay. There is no hard and fast rule. Or if you have some blank pages with you, right? If blank assignment pages or some assignment pages are there, you practice it on that pages. But while doing the submission, I want those submission on A3 size sketchbook itself. Is that clear? If it is not, if you are not getting it now, don't rush here and there for that book. Be cool and calm. Wait for that book. Whenever you get that book, that time you can submit. But note down the lecture notes somewhere, so that next time when you want to draw, it should be easily drawn. Okay, that care you have to take by yourself. Okay, let us continue with the next. Involute of a pentagon. So whenever we want to draw involute of a pentagon, first, how we are going to draw a pentagon? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us learn how to draw a pentagon. Suppose let us consider draw a pentagon of side 30 millimeter. So draw horizontal line 30 millimeter. So there are two edges A and B. So this is the procedure for drawing a pentagon. Okay, please concentrate here. AB. Then from point A, draw an inclined line, and this inclination will be how much? 72 degree. Here also draw inclined line whose inclination from horizontal will be 72 degree. Is that clear? 72 degree, 70 degree on both the side. You have to draw an inclined line. Take 30 millimeter in compass, right? Take 30 millimeter in compass. From this point, cut an arc on this line. Similarly, from this point B, cut an arc. So from point A as a center, you have to cut an arc on that inclined line. From point B as a center, taking length which is equal to 30 millimeter, cut an arc. From these 2 points, again take 30 millimeter as in a compass, and from these new points you have to draw an arc. From this point, draw an arc, and then connect those points. So this is the procedure to draw a pentagon. Is that clear? How to draw a pentagon? Again, I'll explain. What is the step 1? Step 1 for drawing a pentagon is draw a horizontal line of whatever length is given. From one of its ends, draw 72 degree inclined line. Two inclined lines, 72 degree on right side, 72 degree on left side. Take in compass 30 millimeter, cut an arc. On here also take 30 millimeter in compass, cut an arc. From those new points again, cut an arc, right? And then you can connect it. Any difficulty in drawing a pentagon?
No,
I hope you can draw pentagon now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So after drawing a pentagon, then you can proceed for drawing a involute of a pentagon. Okay. So draw involute. Sorry, draw pentagon of a given length. Then again draw horizontal line whose length is equal to how much should be the length? Perimeter. Extend its edges. Okay, then draw curvature. How you are going to draw curvature here? See, here you take the length 5L, draw curvature up to here, then reduce it by L, again draw curvature, same as the square. The procedure remains same. You have to go on. If you can divide this into 5 equal parts. Okay, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll name this as A, B, C, D, E. Take distance 8 to 5 in compass, draw curvature up to here. Okay. Then A to 4, keep E as a center. From this point, draw curvature. Then take A to 3, D as a center, draw curvature. Then take A to 2, C as a center, draw curvature. Take A to 1, B as a center, draw curvature. So it should meet at this point. Is that clear? This will be the procedure of pentagon. Any difficulty in pentagon, you can try it at home for pentagon, for hexagon, hexagon, pentagon, square and triangle. The procedure remains same. There is no change in the procedure. Okay. For all these 3 objects, you can easily draw. Now the next object which we are going to draw is the involute of a circle. Okay, this is slightly different and the procedure is completely different for circle. How to draw involute of a circle? The procedure is completely different. Let us see. So the problem says that draw involute of a circle, string length is equal to circumference of a circle. So in this involute of a circle, there are 3 conditions. One is when the string length is equal to circumference. Second condition, string length is greater than circumference of a circle. And third condition, when the string length is less than the circumference of a circle. These are the three conditions which whenever we use draw involute on a circle. So one more thing, in your end semester exam, the chances for involute of a circle is 70%. Okay, and 30% are the probability of getting involute of a square pyramid, square prism, square, pentagon or triangle. Please take care of that. Okay, so the probability of an examiner to ask involute of a circle is 70 to 80%. So maximum, if I am an examiner, I'll ask question on involute of a circle. Okay, so that is the mentality of an examiner. So always, whenever you are going to study the involute part, start with the involute of a circle. This is very because other two are very easy, right? We can easily draw it, but involute of a circle is slightly difficult. It's not that difficult. You can easily complete it, but in this we require French curve. Okay. Now let us follow the procedure for involute. Okay, so this step is given here, so no need to read that. I'll explain one by one. Draw a circle. Draw a circle of a given diameter. So in question they might give draw an involute for 50 millimeter diameter, 60 millimeter diameter, or whatever. Okay, so the length will be given. 1 second. Okay, and draw an involute of a circle having string length equal to circumference of a circle. So in this question they have not given the diameter of a circle, but in general they will give diameter of a circle or a radius of a circle. So whatever the diameter of a circle is given, you have to draw a circle and divide it into 12 equal parts. Now here they have divided into 8 equal parts. So you can divide it into 12 equal parts or you can divide it into 8 equal parts. What will be the procedure for dividing a circle into 8 equal parts? Yes, anyone? If I want to divide
45, 45.
Yes, 45
degree.
So draw a circle. First you can draw vertical line, horizontal line. So we have divided into 4 equal parts. Then take 45 degree. Right? You can divide it into, just take 45, 45. So you can divide it into 8 equal parts. So keep in mind, for dividing a circle into 8 equal parts, we require angle. Protractor is required for that. So that's why in instrument the protractor is given. Then what is the next step? Name the circle. Name all 8 points. Starting from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Name all the points 1 to 8. From point 8, draw a horizontal line. What will be the length of this horizontal line? Any guesses?
Pi d.
Yes, circumference of a circle.
Circumference.
Pi d, yes. So you have to draw a horizontal line from base point of, that is the point 8 of a circle, and length of that line will be pi d. So once you get the line, then next is divide that into 8 equal parts. You can divide that line into 8 equal parts. Okay, now let us do some calculation part and let us study something. Okay, so diameter is 40. How much is the pi d? Calculate and tell me. If diameter is 40 millimeter, how much is the pi d? कितना है dimensions?
125.6.
125.6. Okay. Now, is it possible to divide 125.6 line? Is it possible to divide 125.6 into 8 equal parts? Is it possible? So if I divide it into 8 equal parts, what you will get? You will get 15.7. If I divide this into 8 equal parts, divided by 8, you will get 15.7. How much is the smallest distance which we can measure? smallest distance which we can measure is 1 millimeter on scale. You can refer any scale. You can see that a smallest line which we can draw is of 1 millimeter, because what happens if I want to draw a line, what will happen, the length of our, suppose if I'm using a HB pencil, the thickness of that line is 0.5 mm, right? A thickness of that line is 0.5 mm, and on the scale we cannot draw 15.7. Either we can draw 15 millimeter or we can draw 16 millimeter, but we cannot draw 15.7, right? So in that situation, what you have to do, how to divide this into equal number of parts. So for that, what I'll do, I'll use some other sheet, blank sheet I'll use. So in this, let us learn how to divide line in equal parts. Suppose if a line length is given as 80 millimeter, okay, if line length is given as 80 millimeter, and if I say divided into 8 equal parts, then one division will be of 10 millimeter. Okay, so we can easily divide. But if now our line length is how much, let us take our real example which we are solving. Length is how much, 125.6, and we have to divide it into how many parts, 8 equal parts. So it won't be possible, right? Because one division is 15.7. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it is not possible to divide this because our each division is how much, 125.6 divided by 8, which is equal to 15.7, and we cannot measure 15.7. So what we have to do, we have to draw an inclined line, and this inclination we have to keep it as 30 degree. Okay, we have to draw an inclined line. Inclination of this line we have to keep it as 30 degree and take 10 millimeter. Okay, you take 10 millimeter. So this will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Is that clear? 10 millimeter each. I can draw a line, right? So I will get 8 divisions on this inclined line. This is easy because 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter divide. We have to take it and we have to draw. Then what is next step? Connect 8th point and the last point of that line. Connect it. Okay, you have to connect those 2 points. Then using a roller scale, right? Using a roller scale or a parallel line, start drawing parallel lines to it. So when I draw parallel lines, what will happen? It will cut that horizontal line. It will cut that horizontal line and it will give equal parts. So now if I measure, so here I will use dash, right? 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, 8 dash. And here I will name it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the procedure to divide any line which is not possible with, means if it is 15.7 and I want to divide it to equal number of divisions, then this procedure you have to follow. Is that clear? Okay. And
Yes, sir.
if you have any difficulty, rewatch the video, you will get an idea. Chalo, coming back to our problem now. Okay, so divided into equal parts. So directly I have divided into 8 equal parts. Now here the procedure I have explained you how to divide that line into 8 equal parts. Then next is draw tangent. And draw tangent from point 1. How to draw tangent from point 1? Right?
90 degree to radius.
Right, 90 degree to radius, 90 degree to diameter. So tangent from each point draw tangent from each point. Okay. Now, what is the next step? Take distance 1 to P in the compass. Okay. See, from where I have named it 1 to P, take the distance 1 to P, select point 1 as a center of a circle and cut an arc on that line. Now next, take 2 to P in the compass, right? In rounder, you take distance 2 to P from point 2, selecting point 2 as the center, cut an arc, right, on that line. Next, 3 to P from point 3, cut an arc, right? And so on. Can you do that? 1 to P, 2 to P, 3 to P. So you will get some points. Okay. And last point will be point A. And next, here we don't have to use a compass to draw a curvature. Okay. The specialty of involute is that if you try to draw connected with the compass, it won't get connected. So you have to connect it with smooth curve. What is a smooth curve? Just you have to draw it with freehand. Because we have a point with us, right? You show your skill of connecting all those points with freehand, right? It should be a smooth curve. Pencil से draw करने जाओगे पेपर पे तो ये ऐसे curvature draw होगा, smooth curve. For that there is one instrument called as French curve, right? You can use French curve for this. So you can note down somewhere for involute to draw this. This curve, use French curve or draw freehand. You can draw it with freehand. Smooth with use of pencil, just you connect all those points. It should look like a freehand curve. Is that clear? How to draw a curvature of an involute?
So,
Yes.
so while we were making the 8 divisions,
Yeah.
so we have to take 1 millimeter, 1 mm distance when we are making that 8 divisions on that 30-degree.
Yes, it should be 10 millimeter, 1 centimeter.
10 millimeter. Thank you, sir.
10 millimeter, because 1 millimeter is very small distance. So we have to take some equal distance. So let us take it as 10 millimeter. That will be convenient for taking it on this scale, because on our conventional scale, 10 millimeter markings are there. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, it is written clearly. So that's why it is taken as 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter.
But sir, you are supposed to take 10 mm only.
No, it's not compulsory. You can take 15 millimeter. You can take whatever distance you want. You can take. But the thumb rule is what? Suppose if our length is 125, so it should be somewhat like this. Okay. Now suppose if I want to divide this line of 55 millimeter into 8 divisions. So now you cannot take 10, 10, 10. Now in that case, what you have to take 5 millimeter. In that case, you have to take 5 millimeters. Then only it will be convenient. Now suppose if I have length of 200 millimeter and I have to divide into 8 equal parts, then you can take 15 millimeter, right? It is not compulsory that 10 millimeter you have to take. You can change that distance, but all distance should be equal and same. Is that clear? Dividing a line into 8 equal parts?
Yes, sir.
सर हम लोग एंगल इसी डायग्राम में ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं ना?
क्या हुआ?
मेन डायग्राम में सर जो एंगल ड्रॉ करना है तो सर हम लोग इसी मेन डायग्राम में कर सकते हैं ना?
यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करना है। अभी मेरे पास यहाँ पे कैसे बताया कि यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करना चाहूँ तो ये पूरा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाएगा। इसके लिए यहाँ पे ड्रॉ नहीं किया। ये ऐसे दिखाना है यहाँ पे विथ, ये ऐसे दिखेगा। ठीक है? Somewhat like this your figure will be there.
सर ये 1 to P 2 to P कैसे ड्रॉ किया?
1 to P 2 to P कैसे ड्रॉ किया? देखो टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करना है। 1 से पहले टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करो, 2 से टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करके छोड़ दो। इसका लेंथ तो लो मत, टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करके ऐसे मतलब एक्सटेंडेड फेंट लाइन से ड्रॉ करके छोड़ दो। हाँ बोलो, हेलो। ओके, सो टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करने के बाद 1 to P इन द कंपास, राउंडर में डिस्टेंस लो, 1 पे रखो और यहाँ पे से कट करो। देन 2 to P कंपास में लो, 2 पे रखो और कट करो. 3 to P in compass, keep it on 3 and cut an arc. So ऐसे सिर्फ ये salient points मिलेंगे तुमको. और ये सब salient points को कैसे connect करना है? You have to connect it with a smooth curve using a French curve or freehand sketches. Am I audible there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because what happened in the screen, I can only see my screen itself. My Google Meet is not visible. Okay. Coming back to our problem. So today what we have seen first how to draw an involute for a circle, involute for a triangle, right? Equilateral triangle, a square, pentagon. Now let us learn method to draw tangent and normal. How to draw tangent and normal to any of the involute. For involute of a circle, how to draw tangent and normal? Take any point on a curve. So let us consider point Q on a curve. Please note down again. Suppose 6 marks problem is there, 4 marks is given for curvature and 2 marks are given for tangent and normal. Okay. So this you have to keep in mind, how to draw tangent and normal. So take a point Q on a circle. Curvature, you can select any point because in the question it will be mentioned that you can consider any point. So consider point Q on a curvature. Connect that point Q with point C, the center of the circle. Here they have connected, right? Connect these 2 points, CQ. Then find the midpoint of that. Can you see it is drawn very faint? Find the midpoint of that and draw a curvature. You have to draw a curvature. So that semicircle will cut somewhere here on the base circle. Semicircle will cut somewhere on the base circle. Then next, connect that point with Q. Connect that point with Q. So this will represent our tangent. Sorry, this will represent that a point. I will name that point as N. NQ will represent our normal, and from point Q draw perpendicular line that will represent our tangent. So this is tangent and this is normal. Again, I will explain the procedure for tangent and normal. Select the point Q, connect a line from Q to C. Okay, find the midpoint of that line. Draw a semicircle. When you draw a semicircle, it will cut that base circle somewhere on, right? That semicircle, this semicircle, you can see that semicircle, it is going to cut somewhere the base circle. So that point you name it as N. Draw a line connecting N and Q that will represent our normal. Draw perpendicular to that will represent tangent. So this is the procedure to draw tangent and normal for circle. Now, what if the next condition, involute of a circle when string length is more than the circumference? If the string length is more than circumference, how we are going to draw? How we are going to represent that? Okay, that we are going to see. So in today's lecture, we are going to see involute part. One second, we'll just revise what we have done. Involute, right? In that involute for triangle, then for square and pentagon. These 4 parts we have done. Now when the string length is greater than and string length is less than. Okay, is that overloaded or we should continue? What's your already 1.5 hour I have taught you, and being the first lecture, should I continue or we can stop here? No reply.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Sir, what is the significance of drawing involute of any geometrical figure?
The significance is that suppose if you want to show a curvature, you might have seen the applications. Suppose if there is a curved surface, a mouse, you can take a mouse, right? on that mouse you can see the curvature of that mouse. How is the curvature, right? So that might be involute or a cycloid. Okay, so you should have a knowledge of how that curvature is created. So there should be some center for that curvature, and for various geometries the curvature has been drawn. Okay, so in most of the cases the application is the gear. Whenever we manufacture a gear, the gear tooth profile, in that the importance of curvature is there. Then whenever we want to remove the sharp edges of an object, take an example of this mouse, right? It is aesthetical look. When we want to improve the aesthetic look of that component, what we have to do, we have to draw this curvature. Now the question comes in your mind that being a computer engineer, right, why I should think of this curvature and all. But whenever you are designing a software to draw this curvature, because this nowadays the component, no one draws this by hand, right? All are manufactured with the CNC machine. But for that we have to write a program, right? Whenever you are going to write a program, you should have a basic knowledge how the curvature is drawn. Then only you will be able to write the program for that. That is the important. So that's why the basic of curvature is been taught, because these are the basic things which you should know how the curvature is been drawn, whether it is an involute or if it is a cycloid. If you know the curvature basics, then you can write the program for that. Because when you go on higher application part, okay, you may or you may not work with that particular field, but out of 65 students, 1 or 2 may work in that field, that is in the curvature. Because what happened, the computer engineering, the field is very vast, right? And all may not work in the same point. Suppose some will be in developing, some will be at end using, some will be in application part. So it now at present, whenever we are learning something, we learn as a whole, right? And when you go in the industry, what happens? You do some specific job, right? That time we are doing only 10%. We are using curriculum 10% because your application will be something different. Amruta, did you get your answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other question?
Why they may ask a definition of involute?
Yes, yes. They may definitely ask the involute definition of involute. Okay, so better we'll stop here, and tomorrow again 9 to 11 we have a lecture. Okay, a practical is there. So again we'll continue with the same thing, involute. Yes.
सर हम लोग फ्रेंच कर्व का यूज कर सकते हैं ना ट्रायंगल और स्क्वायर के लिए भी?
ट्रायंगल और स्क्वायर के लिए फ्रेंच कर्व का यूज while drawing with compass is very easy, convenient. Only for circle you have to use French curve. For all other geometries you have to use compass. Okay, the question, let me answer a few questions in the chat box. Sir, page, how many questions do we have to use backside of? Yes, you can use both the side of the paper, and it's your judgment how many questions you are solving. Okay, you can solve 3 questions on one paper, 2 questions on one paper, 5 questions on one paper. There is no restriction. But whenever it comes to assignment and term work part, I will instruct how to solve the questions and all. Okay, but for classwork it is freedom to you to solve, use your paper. Okay, but for assignment and term work part, I will instruct you how to solve the questions and all. Okay, because in that case I have limited the questions, 1 or 2. Please post the lecture recording today itself. Okay, what happened, whenever the lecture is at for 2 hours, the recording, it takes some time for recording to receive on our mail. Okay, so as soon as I receive the mail, so if in some cases it receive after 1 hour, 2 hour, in some cases I receive at 11 p.m., 12 p.m. at the night. Okay, so it depends upon the Google Meet server. So when it will post the recording, as soon as I get the recording, I will post it in the classroom. Okay. Yes. Any other question?
So हमें कब तक ड्रॉ करना है?
जब आपके पास सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट आ जाएंगे तब. ओके, आप अभी सब रेडी रखो, मैं तुमको क्वेश्चंस दूंगा. अगर टिल मंडे you have a time, let's see on Monday how many of you get the instrument. Till then, what I'll do, I'll continue my teaching part. Okay, from Monday onwards we'll start the actual drawing. Is that clear? because this is the first lecture and most of you don't have the instruments with you. If you get the instrument, get it. 3 sketchbooks लेके रखो. Instruments, ड्राइंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है तुम्हारे पास, ऑलमोस्ट कंपास रहेगा, पेंसिल रहेगी, रेजर रहेगा. Only the roller scale and the A3 size sketchbook is required. That you have to purchase it from classroom. Send the PDF on the classroom. Okay, I'll send the PDF on the classroom. Dimple, sorry, who is that? Rishi. For PDF, I will complete when I end this chapter. Okay, engineering curves. When I complete that time, I send the PDF. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You can leave the meeting now. For tomorrow morning, you can join at 11. I will share the link on your email.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.